The definition of an onomatopoeia is the naming of a thing or action by a vocal imitation of the sound associated with it. This includes anything from comic panel sound effects to animal noises. Today, I'm going to be focusing more on the sound effect part. And of course, the way I will be solving what the best sound effects are is by using a tier list, because those are still relevant. If this video does as well as my last tier list video, which you should go watch, I'll do the animal noises tier list. In this list, they will be scored relative to one another. Just because one that you like is in C tier, doesn't mean that it's bad, it's just average compared to the other sound effects. Okay, let's do the tier list now. So starting off with bang. When you think of sound effects, this is one that you should think of immediately. It is very common, whether it be punching someone or a gunshot going off. Even though this one is recognizable, I'm gonna have to give it a C tier. It's used quite often and it gets a little overdone. C tier isn't bad, it's average. Pow is the next one that we have. This one feels more exclusive than bang. This one does not seem as versatile and is only used when there's a gunshot or someone being shot by a gun. Bang could easily be used in these scenarios, so I'm gonna have to put pow one tier below bang. Now zoom is an awesome sound effect. It is used as a common way to show the speed of anything. It can be used to show the speed of vehicles or even a person. This one is also just more fun than the other two I've mentioned. And it's also a video calling website, but we don't really care. This is the first S tier of the video. Okay, you guys need to hear me out. I was going to give Clink like a D tier, but then I remembered something. So in the great movie that is Despicable Me, Gru was doing some roleplay thing and he said,
Agnes, Clink, very good.
I have to give it an A tier because of this. Gru is an icon. Don't cancel me. Now slosh is bad. Some may disagree with me, but listen to my reasoning. Everything related with slosh or sloshing makes me upset. Slosh is used to convey water being poured or someone walking in water. It's also used as a noise when someone walks through the snow that isn't completely melted but it's still wet, but I hate it so much. Nothing about this is enjoyable, and if you think so, you're just wrong. F. Zap is iconic, but somewhat common. It is more limited than others. It is a very good way to show electricity and lightning. It's solid, but it's kind of boring. I'm going to give it a B tier. Okay, so Wham feels almost identical to Pow for me. You can use them almost interchangeably. I would say that Wham is just a little less creative than Pow, but not enough to be F tier. So it's going to go in the same tier as Pow, B. Boom is great. Along with bang, this is one of the onomatopoeias that you think of immediately. But I'm going to say it. Boom is so much better than bang. It is commonly used for blowing something up, which is pretty cool. It is also the catchphrase of Flynn and Skylanders, so this is A tier. It's not S because you could replace a lot of the situations with bang. Whoosh is average. I guess it could be used when something flies by. Flying is the most overrated superpower, but it can also be used when something gets thrown quickly, which is actually unique. You can use zoom, though, in these situations, which is 10 times better. But nothing is exactly wrong with whoosh, so I'm going to give it a C tier. Ting might be the most boring sound effect on this entire list. I wouldn't say it's the worst, it's just boring. It is utilized when two metal objects hit each other, but you could just use the superior clink. F tier, too boring. If you don't like cha-ching, I don't think you have a soul. It is such a funny way to convey money or a cash register. It is very rare to appear, but everyone loves when it does happen. And no, I could not find a good comic-style wording for cha-ching, so we are using a picture of a cash register. Sue me. S tier. Poof is actually pretty good. It's actually really flexible, and it is mainly used when something or someone disappears, which occurs more often than you'd actually think. Another time it is used when there's a sudden gust of air. But despite this, it is also a very annoying character in Fairly Odd Parents, so it's going to get brought down to B tier. Sorry. Zonk. I don't think I need to explain myself. S tier. Okay. Splat is still a good sound effect, but I think it is overrated. It is a solid way to convey slime or I guess a bug being crushed. but it doesn't really go much farther than that. Not really anything special, but it isn't bad. I just think it gets more credit than it deserves. B tier. So next we have the menacing symbol from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I'll be honest, I don't know if this technically counts as an onomatopoeia sound effect, but it's pretty much as close as you can get. It's a fun meme, so it gets an A tier. Very usable, but not S because I'm not really sure it counts. Okay, when I was making this tier list, I thought there was going to be a lot more of Eep. I was thinking how it's just a screaming noise made by a caveman, but all I can find is this cave woman from the Croods. A tier. Snap Crackle Pop is the slogan and notable sound effect of the Rice Krispie cereal. I was gonna put it somewhere in the middle tiers, but I found out that it's also the names of the elves. I hate them. They make me unreasonably angry. These pretentious little goblins, I just hate that they exist. You cannot tell me that you don't want to step on them. F tier. Vroom is iconic, but it is lacking. It is lacking because of one reason. There is a sound effect that achieves the same objective, but does it way better. I'm going to have to give Vroom a C tier. I know it seems low, but you'll understand when I give you the final onomatopoeia. We know it, we love it, the best sound effect and onomatopoeia of all time, the notable catchphrase of Lightning McQueen.
Lightning McQueen, yeah, good job!
Incredible way to show emotion in a situation in which you are winning. It can be used to emphasize speed of a car or just yourself and show in a good situation. Nobody can argue with me. S tier. And there is the final ranking. Share your rankings in the comments or whatever. Don't be weird and get angry over some random guy's opinion on the internet, but you can share your disagreements if you want. Like I specified earlier, I'll do the animal noise tier list if this video does well. So please subscribe if you enjoyed. Remember, reality is an illusion. The universe is a hologram. Buy gold. Bye. Actually, I think we all know the true best sound effect.
Say it with me.